And literally the next day I had like 500,000 views.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Wild Business Growth Podcast. This is your place to hear from a new entrepreneur or innovator every single Wednesday morning who's turning wild ideas into wild growth. I'm your host, Max Branstetter, founder and podcast producer at Max Podcasting, and you can email me at max@maxpodcasting.com to save time with your high-quality podcast. This is episode 136, and today's guest is Jermaine. He is a music producer who coined the genre R&bass and can be seen getting millions and millions of views on TikTok with his viral series, Songs You Didn't Know Were Sampled. He knows a ton about the music industry and pretty much knows every song that sampled every song that sampled every song. There's a lot of them. And in this interview, we talked about how song sampling works, how to get to the point with your videos, with your content, and the crazy, cool, clever approaches to sharing new songs in the music industry. It's Jermaine. Enjoy the show. Alrighty, we are here with Jermaine, the CEO of Music Knowledge on TikTok, music producer, DJ, human. We could just keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Jared, how you doing today? Thanks for joining.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, bro. It's a great day for me so far. So let's hope it keeps that way.
Well, I'm sorry to ruin it with this terribly awkward interview, but this is awesome, and it's I'm just blown away by your background, and it's really, really cool. The interest you take in music, the things you put out, and now how you're seeing it pay off on the social media standpoint as well. So we're gonna get into some really cool stuff. To start off, it's not every day you talk to someone who invented their own genre of music. Can you explain where R&bass came from?
I've always been like a music witty type of person where like my brain's always been like ahead of the page a little bit with like thinking forward and stuff. So R&bass actually started as a funny idea between me and some of the people I do music with, only because during the time I was making music, I was doing R&B kind of beats and songs, but they always like had a lot of 808s in them. They had a lot. What an 808 is like bass. They had a lot of bass in them. I told some of my friends, like one of my friends actually made it to the radio, like personally, and he got a song out there that actually like went nationwide. It was exploding. And I remember I told my friend one time, yo, you should call your song an R&B song, bro. Like way before that. He laughed at me. He was like, really, bro? Like R&B? Yeah,
Who
sure.
says
Like,
that?
yeah. And it was fun. I laughed at it too when I said it. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. R&B, sure, yeah, whatever. But years later, when my boy actually got on the radio, I told him again, I like remembered what I told my other friend. I'm like, you know what, man, you should call your song an R&B song and try to like, coin something because you're like hot right now on the radio. And you should just do that. It'll make you stand out. He laughed at me too. He's like, oh, that's funny, bro. Like, yeah, but he laughed because it kind of worked. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like, but he never like, he didn't do anything. Like a year later, I was in the studio. I was just like fed up with the music industry, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go home and I'm literally gonna create a SoundCloud called R&Bass, and I'm gonna call all my songs I make after this R&Bass songs. And I just went home after the studio session and I created a SoundCloud slide. It was like soundcloud.com/R&bass. I actually couldn't believe that it was open. I was like, are you serious? This URL is actually available. I was like, all right. So I created the SoundCloud and started curating songs that all seemed to work actually with the name. I was like, wow, this actually could fit as an R&B song. This could fit as an R&B song. This could fit, holy, like it was like an epiphany that I had at that moment. And that's pretty much how it kind of started, really, on SoundCloud, bro.
See, all the good things start with just hanging with your friends and joking and being half serious about stuff.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of jokes actually could become reality and become real things. Because honestly, R&bass is a joke, bro. Like I was just joking around, and that's how greatness sometimes happens.
And here we are. What are some names that really, really kind of fit well with the genre? or are really close to kind of what you envisioned when you were initially kind of half joking but half serious?
Well, initially, when I first started it, I was really small and narrow minded about it. I was like, it's mostly like the Bay Area, like sound, like it's almost like the hyphy plus like melodic sound. You know what I mean? It's almost like West Coast tempo stuff. But as I like created the SoundCloud, it just opened my mind to how much bigger it could be. At that point, it kind of like encompassed more than just this, regional sound that I had in my head. I was like, this could actually fit stuff from the East Coast, from the UK. This could fit everything that has like a melodic sound with 808s. So now it would be probably like Bryson Tiller, even Ariana Grande technically is making she's making R&Bass because
R&bass grande.
yeah, no, really. Like she has 808s in her beats. I mean, they're high tech sounding R&B tracks, but people classify them as pop. But I mean, what is pop? Pop just means popular. R&Bass could still fit within the realm of what she's making.
By the way, very, very, very bright moment in my history. The first time I learned that pop was short for popular, I was like, you have to be kidding me. I thought it was like a very like thought out specific type of music, and then I just really learned what it was.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean though.
So I don't think I'll be inventing genres anytime soon. But
You should.
yeah, maybe R and bass pop step. But I think your background in music production and interest in the industry is so cool. What is it that you like so much about music that kind of got you to the point that you're like, you know what, I actually could get more involved and have a career here and be in the music industry for a living?
I'm the guy that if you go in the car and go somewhere with, I'm the guy that sings the word to every song. I'm the guy that literally, if I don't know the words, I sing every melody to every song on the radio every time. You know what I mean? Like I'm that guy. Like I'm that guy. Like I know every song. Like I hear every song, and if I don't know it, I'll learn it fast. Like I don't know. Music just like hits me. You know what I mean? It's just like unlike other people that say they love music, like I really love music though. Obviously, like I'm not listening to it 24/7 every minute of my life. Like I try to balance my life, but like, yeah, man, I'm definitely like into stuff that sounds amazing and gives you a feeling and brings you with nostalgia, hits you with nostalgia sometimes. And you know what I mean?
So let's get to stuff that sounds amazing. You mentioned that you have a knack for learning lyrics quick or being able to sing along quick. How does that apply in terms of sampling and like the actual music, non vocals part of it?
My musicality has increased like over the years. When I first started, I was pretty trash, you know what I mean? But I've always had an ear for curating songs like on CDs back in the day. When you have an ear for like certain sonics and stuff, it's kind of easy for you to kind of select and listen to older things and match them with newer things. I think a lot of older records work a lot, and music people always use samples because they always work as far as like nostalgia points and proven history, like track record with sampling. I've always been a fan of like older songs that I could like distinguish in the newer songs. I'm the guy that like I told you how I listen to so much music and I know songs. I know songs when I hear a sample. I'm like, bro, that's sampled. I've always been that guy. I'm just like, I know exactly what sample this is in my mind when I hear it. But I notice a lot of people around me never hear it. They're like, wait, what? This is a sample, bro? I've just kind of been that guy throughout my life. It's never been that serious of a thing, but like I've always known though. My musicality is able to hear it.
Why do you think it comes more naturally to you to hear something and be like, oh, you know what? They sampled X.
Maybe because I have like a pretty musical family on my dad's side. My dad's a drummer, and my uncles all do music, and my grandma does music and stuff. So I think it's like in my blood to be able to like hear things and do music. I've never took like music classes or anything like that, or I'm not like an instrument player. Like I can't play any instrument, but
You can play your vocal cords. That's what matters.
no, exactly. And I'm not like tone deaf. I could hear like correct notes and stuff. So I don't know. I think just a culmination of all that stuff together is and plus a lot of practice. Like a lot of people don't know, but I actually practice music things every day, like listening and doing songs and stuff like that. So
What do you mean by that? Like, what's practice look like for you?
listening to tons of music is practice to me. And also like for my platform R&Bass, I listen to submissions and distinguishing bad music from good music and good music from great music and great music from legendary music, distinguishing all those as well as creating beats. I'm making beats every day and working on songs as well every week and recording people. So like doing all that helps.
You mentioned that you're not like listening to music 24/7, but I'm starting to get the sense it's like 23/7.
Yeah, the thing is, man, like the normal music listener listens to music when they want to, what they want to, so they're listening when they want and what they want to listen to. For someone like me that has a platform, I listen to music when I have to kind of listen to music. Sometimes it's music I don't want to listen to because it's not good. Imagine waking up and listening to songs you don't want to hear that are bad.
Oh, that's torture.
Yeah, it is. It actually kind of technically is torture.
Yeah, there's some movies and shows where like that literally happens, where it's like death
Yeah,
metal in the background. Yeah.
it's actually it's real. Getting submissions in my email that are horrible, it's torture. So I've actually developed my ear to be able to distinguish a bad song within 1 second. Like I could listen to a clip for a second or half a second and I know if it's good or bad.
You need to go on that show. I forget what it's called, but that show that's like name that tune in like one beat.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
made for that.
Oh, man, I've seen people doing that too, like on TikTok. I'm like, oh, they're like, can you figure out this song in 1 second? I'm like, oh, I bet I can now.
So let's talk TikTok, which that's a hell of a sentence to say. But TikTok, you're blowing up on TikTok. You've been experimenting with a couple ways to share out really cool stuff about music. What I think is really, really resonating with people is your series on songs that you didn't know were sampled, which is really, really fascinating. And you've kind of shared already that you have an ear for that stuff. But where specifically did this idea for doing this sort of thing on TikTok come from?
About a year ago, I was on TikTok and I was trying to do funny videos and they did not work. I mean, one like kind of worked a little bit and then it was just kind of like, why was I trying to do that? Like a year ago, I was trying to be like a comedian on TikTok. I was just like not having the success I wanted. So I kind of just quit and took a whole kind of year break actually, because I was like discouraged. And then it was last year at the end of the year in November, end of November, I was like, you know what? I really have this itch to be doing content. Like I love doing content and stuff because I used to take drama class and I used to act as a kid. I was like, I really want to do content, but I don't want to be the funny guy. Like I'm tired of that. Like I don't want to do that, bro. Like so I'm like, what am I good at? I think I could try music related content. Let me just try something music related. I totally restarted my TikTok from like pretty much the ground up. I privated all my funny videos. I came back around and I started doing like, here's 3 artists you don't know about. Let me introduce you to them. And I did videos like that. I would get no views. I would get like 200 views each. And I was like, wow, no one cares about 3 artists that you don't know about. Well, I tried to duet a couple things. I tried actually several ideas. I was like, all right, let me do slow plus reverb songs. Okay, cool. This song, slow plus reverb. Did you know that? Like, can you hear it? Dumb stuff like that, Not dumb, but it's like didn't catch. Honestly, the sample thing was like one of the many ideas I had. And I was just like, all right, bro, let me just try this. Did you know this song was you didn't know this song was sampled? And I thought of this one song out of the top of my head, like Computer Love is actually something new. Something new is like a super viral TikTok song. I was like, oh, that's easy. That's Computer Love. So I did that. And literally the next day I had like 500,000 views. I was like,
Oh my God.
okay, let me do another. I have a hell of songs I know are samples. So
Yeah, I get that might be an indication that, hey, maybe this idea is worth trying out at least one more time.
yeah, I was like, oh, people like this. All right, let me do another one, And then next one, people liked a lot. I was like, whoa. I did Blueberry Fago next. I'm like, oh yeah, hella people know this song on TikTok. And from then on, I just literally like kept doing it, because why are you gonna fight against what people want? People like it. I literally was able to grow my account from pretty much zero to over 100K by the end of the year. I started end of November, like November 25th. Shoot, by January 1st, I had over 100,000 followers.
By the time someone's listening to this, it could be well over a million or multi-million. Like it's crazy how quick this stuff blows up. But clearly, you've struck a positive nerve of stuff that people really are interested in, and TikTok is such a great platform for like short form little tidbits like this. Is really fascinating. Why do you think sampling and kind of the old and the new songs resonates with people so well?
I think because it really hits on all points, you know, you get a little bit of nostalgia. You also get a little bit of the popular thing that's going on that people know. And then it may hit an emotion in you. Probably my videos probably hit somebody's emotion. Like, oh my gosh, I remember that old song, you know? If you're able to kind of like transcend hitting someone's emotion through TikTok, I think you're gonna win. You know what I mean? And sometimes a lot of these videos miss because people just aren't hitting anyone's emotion at all. You're like, yeah, let me show you these three new artists that you don't know. Well, guess what? No one cares. Like no, that's not hitting anyone's nostalgia or emotion at all.
There's three very specific new artists whose emotion it hits, but besides that,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like people just don't know them and they don't kind of care to know because like people like what they like. And if I were to do a video about a song someone likes and then an older song they like too together, I mean, it's like, wow, I love that. Yeah.
so what's your creation process look like these days for these TikToks?
I record them pretty much daily. You know, I don't really like do 5 videos at once, but I just do a song, you know, or video a day. You know, do a little bit of research to double check that I'm correct with my sample. You know, just get it popping and just have them just lined up, ready to go daily.
I guess kind of mentally, like we've seen this on Instagram with people saying you should post every day in the past. TikTok, it seems like even more so. Like if you have consistent, really good content every single day, that's like when you can see results like you're seeing, where stuff can really take off and have a viral nature. How does that feel internally? Kind of like knowing that people are waiting and expecting for you to put out something good each day.
For me, it's not really a big deal because on my Instagram, I used to do like stories every day. Last year and the year before, I was like super active on my stories. I would like talk a lot on my stories and stuff every day. And I can't speak for like everybody else, but it comes pretty easy for me to like create every day mentally. I'm the type of person that like wouldn't give up on it after a while. Like I'm good. I'm like good for the next, I could do a video every day for the next like 3 years if I wanted to without like delay or something getting in the way. Like you have to go on a trip or something. I'd probably like to shoot like 5 in a row if I'm on a 5-day trip. Yeah, I just mentally it's kind of cool knowing like, oh my gosh, somebody's waiting for my video today. Like
And it's a lot more than one somebody.
it actually fuels you, bro. Like when something's working and people like it gives you more energy to do it. I think the people that stop doing it are the people that don't get the energy back from the people. You know, they're like, this sucks. It's discouraging. It doesn't work.
What advice would you share for someone who is curious about TikTok, is considering, jumping into the whatever crazy pool you want to call it and come up with a series of their own, whether it's for personal brand or business? What advice would you have for somebody who wants to create something that sticks?
Just kind of think about what gives someone value. Don't just try to like wing it super crazy, but kind of lead people into a value funnel. If you're a business or you're a brand that's trying to sell your product or whatever it is, I would try to lead them from, beginning, middle, and end. Give value by the end and do it quick and concise because I see a lot of people that kind of trail off because I watch a lot of TikTok and a lot of content as well as creating it. But I see a lot of people just kind of like talk for hours. Like they talk a lot on the video and they're not really getting to the point fast enough. I think speed is and timing is probably the biggest part of TikTok, honestly. And people just neglect that. They try to like, no, I want to make a good 30-second video. Well, honestly, it probably shouldn't be 30 seconds. It should probably be half that. It should probably be 15. Should get right to the point. Get to it. People are their attention spans are so fast. It's like you got to catch them, man, really fast.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I still remember the first time I opened TikTok and my first reaction was exactly that was, Holy shit. This is so fast. It instantly made Instagram feel like so slow and old school just because the format is so different and quick. People
Yeah.
have so much thrown at them. It's crazy.
That's why within the first 3 seconds, you have to catch somebody. And it has to be like a genuine catch. Like, I see a lot of videos like, hey, stop scrolling. That to me, that doesn't really work. It just kind of, you just basically added 2 extra seconds to your video that you could have cut off and got right to your point instead of saying that. You're fluffing your video with extra time. Just that in general, just timing, be super concise, straight to it.
Hey, stop scrolling. Okay, I promise to never make that joke again. If you want people to stop scrolling past your podcast and have it stand out and have a super high quality and fun podcast, email me at max@maxpodcasting.com. We'll bring that podcast to life and save you a ton of time while we're doing it. Now, to switch gears just a little bit. Let's switch gears a little bit. Hey, look at that. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get to inspiration and creativity. Who inspires you the most on the music side? Who are your biggest music influences?
I don't have any right now, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have any right now. I can't even think of any like music influences I have right now, which sounds kind of crazy. Like, wait, what? But I just don't see anybody doing any extraordinary, crazy things right now that really gets me out of bed. I'm kind of like more inspired by the tech people and this like stock kind of things, and like I don't know. I'm just like I'm on Reddit a lot, reading a lot of people's interesting things. So
What about as far as the actual songs that that you sample, if you will, for your sample posts on TikTok, your sample TikToks? How do you decide what songs you're going to post about and know what they do in fact sample?
Um, a lot, what's crazy is like when I first started doing these, I actually wrote down pretty much a whole year worth of music, like a whole year's worth of music already. It's almost like picking certain songs in kind of like a curated order, kind of looking at the list I wrote down and like, this song might work today, and then I could do this song tomorrow. That kind of might work with the song I just did yesterday, since I'm in this kind of zone. For instance, if I did like, older song yesterday, maybe I'll do like a little older song the next day too. I don't want to switch from like, an old, super old song and then do like the newest, hottest urban song that just came out. It's kind of following the wave in a sense. And the wave kind of goes in the roller coaster up and down. So you're like old, semi old, new, ultra new, kind of old, older. It's like a wave.
I like that curation piece. It actually goes back well to like your background with R&Bass and the accounts that you have and how you do so much curating. Like it's a natural transition into what you do on social media as well. So you mentioned being in the zone. What do you do just hobbies wise or when you're taking breaks from, listening to something at the moment that helps you stay in the zone and keep that creative energy?
I think fitness definitely, fitness definitely helps lock my mind into a rhythmic pattern for me to be able to kind of like keep doing this. I run about 5 or 6 miles every day. I hit the gym right after. It's kind of like having a rhythmic pattern of things you do. It kind of keeps me locked in. I need to actually enjoy a little bit of entertainment daily, a little bit of Netflix, maybe a little bit of
Are you telling me you need to have some fun sometimes? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I know, right? Gosh, I shouldn't be, but I
What a
am.
concept. I'm cracking up. It's really cool. Like how you described it as rhythmic. Music terminology is like kind of it fully encompasses your life, even if it's not something specifically music that you're doing. But
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even
yeah,
catch that. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, you said it. Thank you. Yeah, there's something so key about staying in a rhythm and staying in a good routine. No matter what you're doing, you just need some time to step away and go for a run or lift some weights. Some very heavy weights. No, I'm just kidding. But like
Yeah.
just to mix it up, man, it helps.
Yeah, I don't believe in like working extra hard like that. Like to be honest with you, I think your days should be balanced with like some fun, some relaxation, some work, and just a little bit of everything. That's what balance is. Balance isn't like You do all the fun stuff on the weekend only, and then Monday through Friday you work extra hard. I think you do all that in one day every day. You do have some fun, work, etc.
So let's get to a fan favorite segment called the Wild Business Shout Out of the Week.
The Wild Business Shout Out of the Week.
All right.
Wild Business Shout Out. I know that's like the best harmonica you've ever heard. Wild Business Shout Out of the Week is where we talk about creative marketing campaign or approach that caught our attention. I mean, you hear kind of about meme culture and you see memes everywhere on social media these days. But there's a really, really cool way you and others in the music industry are really kind of capitalizing on that in terms of new music.
The new way of marketing things, as opposed to years ago, really is kind of sneaking songs into certain memes and content instead of directly promoting a song. And it really is intriguing how people are able to kind of do that and how it's working so well actually now. It's almost not even like an advertisement. It's more like just culture.
You can't get away from it. There's instantly like thousands of pieces of content flying everywhere.
The thing is, like, a lot of people are kind of turned away from when they see like a, let's say, like a music advertisement or an actual official advertisement from a company sometimes, even though they do work. But as far as like in the music lane, it's interesting how a funny meme with just some song in the back, people will actually want to research and see what song that is because of how much they enjoyed the meme or the thing they saw. They'll Shazam the song in the background or try to search it. And that literally can take a song off, like from the ground floor.
How difficult is that to add that musical element to memes?
Sometimes like you got to kind of find a song that works because you can't just like stick any song in any meme, I guess. But I guess you can, but it always
Yeah,
works
worth a shot.
better. So my boy did this with an artist, Rich the Kid. He stuck the song "New Freezer" in this meme, and the meme just so happened to like have a little dance in it, but it was like it wasn't about the dance. It was just so viral, like so funny what they're doing. It went viral. It went super viral, and like New Freezer blew up. Like the song is perfection, man. It's almost like free marketing. It's marketing itself because it's just such a dope, funny meme or whatever, or dance, or
Yeah.
it's so cool. The new way of advertising to me, it's just like you could stick things in places and people subconsciously hear it, see it, and you just got an ad and you didn't even know it.
Like if you look at the top 50 on Spotify and then, spend an hour on TikTok, you're going to see like pretty much every single one of those songs.
Oh yeah, for sure. And people actually enjoy that. Like they enjoy putting the song in the back of their TikTok, technically kind of for free.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't know is music companies are spending hundreds and hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars on marketing, trying to get influencers to like use their song in their TikToks. When if it's a really good song, people want to use it for free. That's the whole like it's almost a weird catch-22. It's like your song has to reach a certain point for people to want to use it for free, but it's getting it to that point, which takes advertising. And it's like a weird twisted, like, it's like, how do you do that?
It is. I'm all for the weird twisted, Let's wrap up with some rapid fire Q&A here. You ready for it?
Sure.
All right, let's get wild. If you could sample any song like in history, it was totally free. You could pick any song you want. What would it be?
Probably like Beethoven. I'll go way back, like turn that into a crazy banger.
Beethoven's Ninth. There you go. I'm sure he's very, very proud in his grave. What would you say in terms of music production is like the hardest or kind of most agonizing part of the process?
Oh gosh, sound selection, 100%. Finding a freaking sound will take you hours, but making the beat will be 5 minutes.
And what would you say is the average time it takes you to complete like a full song?
A full song, 3 hours.
Damn. Oh, so you can really do it in one day if you.
Oh yeah, done it before, a lot.
And then what is your biggest pet peeve?
How artists' attitudes, the egos of artists are just kind of like out there a little too much, and it kind of is a little aggravating sometimes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, yeah, it's kind of sucks like dealing with some artists, but yeah, definitely artist attitudes. I wish they're cooler, better people.
Well, Jared, this has been fantastic. So cool and so fascinating hearing about this stuff, learning. Really, really excited to see all your growth on TikTok, but also literally the genre you created as well. Where's the best place for people to connect with you and to learn more about R&Bass?
Connect with me on Instagram or TikTok. Definitely TikTok at Jared Jermaine, or Instagram, it's Jermaine. That's just basically Jared Jermaine consolidated. Yeah, connect,
Aha,
man.
knew it.
Yeah, say what's up. I'd love to meet you guys. And Max, I really appreciate you for just having me do a podcast when I'm a nobody. You know what I mean?
Of course. Well, you're definitely not a nobody, but I know you've worked closely with an artist named Nobody. So yes, I've done my research.
Ah, wow, you're good.
Thanks. Yeah, save that for that. But no, seriously, this has been a pleasure. And last thing, final thoughts. Stage is yours. It could be a quote, a line, whatever you want. Send us off here.
Whatever you want to do and you're hesitant about, but you really want to do it, just do it and stop thinking about it so much and just do and live your life, have fun, and yeah, that's about it.
Live your life and have fun. That sounds fun and lively. Thank you so much, Jared, for coming on the show, sharing your story, your tips, your lessons, your stories. And thank you, Wild listeners, for tuning into another episode. If you want to hear more wild stories like this one, make sure to follow the Wild Business Growth Podcast on your favorite platform and tell a friend about the podcast. You can also find us on Good Pods. And for any help with podcast production, you can learn more at MaxPodcasting.com. Until next time, let your business run wild.
Bring on the bongos!